In this video, we're going to talk about another way to factor polynomials. And I borrowed these slides from Mr. Burton. And those of you who know Mr. Burton know how much he loves memes. So I'm just going to pause here for a little bit. You can look at his memes. All right. So what we are supposed to be learning before the next quiz is this stuff, except we're not really, we're not going to learn long division because we don't really need to. And so we're skipping that part. So we're going to start off, well, I'm going to show you long division, but we're going to talk about how to use synthetic division because it's just easier and nicer. So long division for a polynomial looks a lot like long division in arithmetic, the kind we learned back in 4th grade. Right, so you can look at this and see how it works. But again, I'm showing you this so you can see that you don't want to do it this way. You want to do it the other way. So synthetic division is a shortcut that works when we're dividing by something in this form. It has to be x minus k. So the example on the next slide is for a cubic, but the pattern holds even if we have higher degree polynomials. So the pattern is like this. If we have this as our polynomial, and we want to divide by x minus k, we're going to write down the coefficients for all the coefficients we have. That's what I mean. And we write down k out here because we're going to divide by k. Then we copy our leading coefficient down, and then we're going to take k times a and put it here. And then we're going to add to get this. I'm going to take this times k and put it there. I'm going to add, I'm going to multiply by k, and then I'm going to add again. And the thing that's left is the remainder. Now, again, this algorithm, this synthetic division, only works if we've got this form. So if it's x plus k, we need to remember to write that as x minus negative k, and then we'll have a negative number instead of a positive number that we're dividing by. So here's an example, and this is a quartic, it's not a cubic. So the first step is to write down all the coefficients. Notice that we are missing a coefficient for x cubed, right? It's just gone, which means it has a coefficient of 0. So this leading coefficient is 1, right? That's implied. It comes down here, and then the 0 for the x cubed, x squared, right? That negative 10 goes there, negative 2 goes there, and the 4 goes there. And we're dividing by x plus 3, which again is x minus a negative 3. So we write the negative 3 out front. And then I'm going to bring this first number down. So I have 1. Negative 3 times 1 is negative 3. I add those. I have negative 3. Negative 3 times negative 3 is positive 9. Negative 10 plus 9 is negative 1. Negative 3 times negative 1 is positive 3. Positive 3 plus negative 2 is 1. 1 times negative 3 is negative 3. 4 plus negative 3 is 1. And if you can't really read my writing, that's fine, because here it is on the next slide, written out, typed out, all nice and neat. So these are the answers that we got. This last number, this is the remainder. And then these numbers, I'm going to start, my quotient's going to start with 1 degree less than my dividend. So I've got 1 x cubed, negative 3 times x squared, negative 1 times x, plus 1, and then I've got my remainder. And if you remember from division, when we have a remainder, we can write it as a fraction. So if I take that polynomial, divide it by x plus 3, this is my answer. X cubed minus 3x squared minus x plus 1, my remainder, divided by x plus 3. Okay, let's take a break.